Since the death of Mao and since essentially the collapse of Marxism, Leninism as a legitimating ideology for the Chinese, there have been two ideological pillars of this regime. One is nationalism, the other is economic growth. The interest of the United States is to do everything we can to promote China's economic growth, to integrate it into the world economy, to bring it into the WTO and other sort of dispute mechanisms, dispute resolution mechanisms, while and hoping, well, first of all, doing two things. A, encouraging that, and discouraging expressions of nationalism. We have been adopting almost precisely the opposite policy under this administration. We've been browbeating them and hitting them where we shouldn't, stupidly, on currency, slapping sanctions, tariffs on Chinese tires, risking trade wars with the Chinese. And at the same time, we haven't been standing up to them on issues like, well, I mean, we've begun, but not really with sufficient force. We haven't really been standing up to them on questions of freedom of the seas, denying their preposterous theory of their exclusive economic zones in the waters off of China, South China Seas, standing up more forcefully to the Chinese when they say that we could deploy only on the eastern side of the Korean Peninsula, not on the western side, when we've been sending carriers up there for decades. So we've been adopting precisely the wrong kind of policy, a policy sort of tailor-made to get the worst out of China rather than the best. And yes, you're absolutely right. China is not the Soviet Union. China is a competitor, but it is not a mortal enemy, or it's not a mortal enemy yet. And we have a real interest in preventing that scenario from happening. And we should do so by having collaborative economic efforts with them, getting over this insane obsession about their currency. I mean, insane. And reducing trade barriers. And then when there are trade frictions, and there are trade frictions between countries all the time, trying to work it out while saying to them on Senkaku, on the Spratlys, about the Korean Peninsula, saying no. That's the right policy mix for China. I mean, this is very painting in very broad strokes, but that seems to me the right policy mix towards the Chinese. This administration has it exactly backwards.